Good evening, role players. Hopefully you can hear me right now. We should be live. Yep, I hear myself. And we'll know if we have good audio for our guests if they join us later. Um, I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. If you are watching this in the future, I also want to thank you. Uh, I see Left-Handed Jedi and Tilting are in the chat with us. Good to see you guys. And thanks so much for joining. So today we're going to focus a little bit and discuss on plot hooks because I've noticed that that's kind of hard for some people. I believe I've covered plot hooks in one other stream, um, but it was like in the content, it was like kind of a more like uh abstract, here's some ways to get started and thinking about it. And this time I'll give some nice examples. I think I've got at least 6 examples. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I have 6 examples, and I'll also give a link to where the examples were inspired. So there, I got a source that was like 50 plot hook ideas, and I took a few and made it a little bit more generalized so that you can essentially plug in whatever your world would work or whatever area you want to focus your role play in. So, oh, looks like we have Jester. Thanks for joining us, Jester. Tonight's migraine is on me. Migraine. Are you saying you have a migraine? If you are, I'm very sorry. I definitely hate those. But um, I do want to thank you for joining me anyway, and feel free to not have to look at the screen. And in fact, I want to make sure that my game and gabs are very listenable, so you should at least be able to understand what's going on as we're talking without it being necessary to look at the screen. But if you're looking at the screen, we'll have a game playing for you in the foreground. But there is one thing that I'll have to pop up. I'll read it out loud, so you won't have to look at the screen, but I will pop it up just to for everybody to see, so they can also see what I'm looking at. So we'll just go through our little intro stuff. Um, if you want to participate and further the conversation, I will post a Discord link at the top of the live chat to hop on the live stage with me. All people 18 and up are welcome to come and go, so please throughout the duration of the stream. And I'll get that link to you once I've done the intro. Oh, tilting, that is so upsetting. I'm so sorry. You can't get a clean signal for this tonight. Oh. Well, if it's unwatchable, this might be just have to be something that you watch in a you watch the recording later if you're interested. So, but it's such a shame because I love having you with me. Um, so hopefully, maybe a little change later, or maybe you have to refresh your browser. Um, if you are interested in learning more about role-playing and role-playing games or finding and coordinating role-playing campaigns, our community server, Ready to Roleplay, would be perfect for you. You can join the role-playing community either in the description or in this link that I'm posting in the side chat. And that is our Ready to Roleplay community. You can also follow my announcements for my channel there. You can, I'm also using that as my kind of YouTube community. You can get in touch with me there as well. So please feel free to join the Ready to Roleplay server. And we're gonna have some sad news about that. So if you do join, um, keep in mind that there's going to be some changes in Discord that we're going to have to talk about. Um, if you think that role playing and discussing role playing and spreading a love for role play is a uh, very fun and worthy cause, you can like to get more people to participate in the conversation. We recently passed 100 subscribers, excuse me, 100 subscribers, and with your help, I think we're on our way to 200. So let's spread the love for roleplay and tabletop role-playing games. And if you think that it's worth supporting, um, you can support me on Patreon, which would be here right now. There I forget how many free posts I have, but I definitely the biggest thing that I would like people to look at there is there's a poll there that is essentially polling your what you would think is worth supporting for. And there's already a uh, membership tier. I went with the lowest amount that it would let me like set it at, which is I think $3. Uh, you can, and that's $3 a month, and that allows you to suggest new topics for upcoming live streams and also suggest different games to play. And then whoever um, it enters that tier and then comments on the like available games to live stream post that I put on there. That's a members only post, or you can also like pay to access that. So you could like pay a one-time $3 to look at that list and see, you know, what games are available to live stream. You can let me know which games you would prefer. As for games that you don't see on the list, um, we can work together either via Discord or via Patreon to see if we can coordinate getting the specific game that you want me to play. And if you want to provide that game, that would be wonderful, and I'd be very happy to play it for you and live stream it. So Discord is a great way to get in touch with me, and we'll get to Discord in a bit. For now, I'm going to continue on with letting you know that I am an official credentialed creator with the Creator Accountability Network. CAN is a nonprofit dedicated to reducing harassment and abuse through ethical education and a system of restorative accountability. You can go to their link in the description for more resources and information. Um, yeah, I'm so sorry, Tilt. Thank you so much for trying to join. I'll send you some love, and if you happen to see the recording later, please know that I'm thinking about you, and you are very dearly missed. And I hope to see you around soon. Um, if if some I imagine Forrest and Erica are going to be going for a long time, and I don't want to be doing the live stream past 10 o'clock, I think. So I might see some people there in the live chat afterwards. Um, regarding uh, restorative accountability and restorative practices, um, as you know, the United States is going through a um, very rough time. And this is not a politics channel, so I won't go into the details of it. But There are people who are hurting, who are unsafe, and who need your help. And right, Lieutenant Jedi, tumultuous, very tumultuous. And or if you are also someone in the United States who needs help, um, I have left um, a series of links to resources for charities that are helping um, communities impacted by um, violent ICE raids, and also for helping people who um, are being targeted uh, without due process. If you are affected by immigration enforcement in any way, um, you can also take a look at the resources listed. And there's also a list of charities related to community relief from unjust immigration enforcement. Um, it, that's like listed in the Charity Watch. So like the top um, charities listed on Charity Watch for um, re aid and relief regarding immigration enforcement, and also helping to bring more protective laws, to bring more legal advocacy, more attorneys, more you know, peaceful solutions in a time where due process is being cast aside for prejudice. So please, if you have the time, and if you are in need, you can take a look at that in the description. Also, in the Ready to Roleplay Discord, you can also find that same list in the general resources channel of my Discord server. So, uh, as you know, as sad as it is, I feel like I always have to shout that out for as long as we're going through this. Um, The next part is, I guess I should do a quick disclaimer as well. The opinions of any guests that join my panel today are theirs alone and are not shared by myself, this channel, or Can. Independent fact checking needs to be done on any claim made here today, including any made by myself, and also know that any of my statements are not reflective of Can or, you know, any other nice organization that I work with. Um, you know, just make sure that you always do some independent fact checking. And if you feel that there has been any unethical uh, misinformation or like unethical discussions, please, you know, you can let Can know via the links, or the they've got like a hotline down in the description. So please feel free to avail yourselves of that. Um, let's start with a poll first, uh, before we switch over to our starting topic. And our poll is going to be, um, if you had to write a plot hook, what would it be about? And uh, we'll we'll start off that poll for the live chat. So with that done, uh, the big one that I wanted to cover regarding Discord before we start the game, because once I start the game, I struggle with trying to multitask. So I'm going to bring this up, and we're going to take off studio mode, and we're going to go for this. That's not popping up. Here it goes. Okay, you should be able to see it now. And with this up, so this was announced by Discord's press release website. And unfortunately, as you can see, Discord launches teen by default settings globally. You might think, oh, well, that's fine. I'll just change my settings. They kind of bury the lead here because in order to take off the teen by default settings, you now have to give an age assurance. So the restricted access to age, yeah, and content, yeah, beginning blah blah blah. You have to do an age verification process to change certain settings or access sensitive content. This includes age-restricted channels, servers, or commands, and select message requests. This would affect my server just in particular because I think I've got like a few channels that since we may talk about, we may use more swears that, we'll use a few more F-bombs or S-bombs or, maybe not family-friendly language or, we'll talk about games that include sensitive topics or I've got like a not safe for work meme channel that includes things that is not family friendly. And just to cover my bases, I made the general text and voice channels uh, 18 plus, so that essentially it would um, cover anytime you're talking with someone, and especially in voice, it's not as you're probably more likely to say things without getting the chance to think them through as often as you would in text. And also, general chat is considered pretty casual, so I leave that pretty open to 18 plus topics. So this would affect our channel at least. And the way that they do the age assurance, they're saying that it's designed to respect Discord users' privacy and choice. You can either choose to use facial age estimation, so essentially give like just a picture of your face and then some sort of AI needs to estimate your age based off of your face, or submit a form of identification to its vendor partners. And then they're saying there are more options coming in the future. And they're also going to use some sort of algorithmic model that will like look through your account, like your actions throughout your account and like compare it to other accounts that are known to be of a certain age, known to be like 18 or up versus accounts that are known to be um, below 18, and whether or not your activity falls in either category. Some users may be asked to use multiple methods if more information is needed to assign an age group. So depending on your activity, you may or may not be asked to verify your age. The problem is, as often, as big as I am into wanting to uh, protect minors' safety on the internet, and especially in any communities. Um, like I have very thorough policies that are also relying on Discord's terms of service for policies regarding teens. Um, and anyone who is 13, between 13 and 18, I'm pretty strict about ensuring their security and making sure that they do not like give other users their age. No one in my community is required to give their age, or required to state that they're a minor. The only thing that you have to do is acknowledge that the different channels that are marked as 18 plus are not family friendly, and that you may encounter material that is not suitable for people under 18. Um, typically, uh, stuff, it usually tends to be things that's like around like 16 or 17, material that you'd see when you're like 16 or 17, but you know, you always want to be safe and kind of overestimate and try to protect people's internet experience. The issues with the age assurance thing is essentially, how can you be certain that when you give either a photo of your face or you upload a photo of your personal identification, that it's not going to be leaked? Um, you know, like I know that my personal identification has my home address on there. So if that's leaked and someone gets my home address, especially in countries like the US, where things are becoming very dangerous for people, um, not knowing what your privacy protection is, like they can claim that the video selfies for facial age estimation never leave a user's device. They can claim that there's quick deletion, and that there's a private status, and that, whenever you submit your ID, that their vendor partners are deleted quickly, or like immediately after age confirmation. But the thing is we've seen so many leaks of credit card information, of um, personal addresses, of emails and um, personal identification information. And for people who are trying to either protect themselves or protect others in um, very, as Left-Handed Jedi said, tumultuous areas. This is definitely not good. This is not. It's a little anxiety inducing, and I think that the biggest problem in my situation is that essentially my account could be linked with my home address, and my home address would be linked um, would essentially be given over to the state government, and the state government that I'm in right now is currently very hostile to people who have empathetic beliefs, who want policies that provide social safety nets, or don't think that a person can be illegal just because they traveled somewhere. Like, that's ridiculous. And so this could be considered a considerable barrier. And I could also see it being a barrier for people wanting to join the Ready to Roleplay Discord. So that's kind of the side issue that I wanted to cover today. I know it's not like super on topic, but it is related to like my streams. It's related to gaming. I'm using Discord right now to invite other people onto the stage to talk with me. And speaking of which, I'm going to put out this link so people can join from the side chat if they feel like it. And here we go. We'll see if it'll let. Sometimes it's kind of weird about polls going on at the same time when I try to pin a comment. But if you want to join voice chat, only. That is a Discord link. And Left-Handed Jedi is correct. Sadly, the minority is in charge, and they are toxic as heck. And you know, I live in a state that is the government here is very toxic. And it is heavily gerrymandered. I think it's one of the worst gerrymandered states in the United States. If you don't know what gerrymandering is, it just means that they redraw districts to give themselves an advantage so that instead of like if you had a straight like split 50-50 vote, they could redraw the districts to make it so that there are more districts that count in their favor, and group the districts of their opponent to like just a couple. And so that gives them, even if it's like a 50-50 vote, it can give them a majority vote, to like you go from having 50% to 80 or like 90%. Even with that heavy gerrymandering, it's funny because I said I'm not a politics channel, but even with the heavy gerrymandering, there is currently a lot of fear that the GOP could lose a major senatorial seat in the federal Congress, because they know that there's been so much pushback against the current administration. So anyway, sorry, I'll cut the politics talk, but it's hard not to talk about when everything is so intertwined. And this new Discord policy, which is obviously very central to my channel and my communications outside of YouTube, it's hard not to see the danger that comes with that. But oh, who has joined us? It's Left-Handed Jedi. Good to see you. I don't know if it's my thing that I can't hear you right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. There you are.
Okay. Okay. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
I'm doing well. surprisingly. So I've been doing a lot of brainstorming on my next one shot for D&D. So
Oh yeah. How's that going?
well, the murder mystery one went off very, very well. I was concerned that my players, my friends and everything, might not go for a non-combative situation, but they ate it up. They really,
Oh
what
yeah.
I did, and I splurged a little bit more than I probably should, but what I did is I bought some parchment, some wax, and I actually had a custom wax print, like the little stamp thing to seal the
Oh,
envelopes.
very
And so
nice.
each of them got like an invitation. Yeah, and so there's a point where the victim perishes, and then I have everybody come up and I hand them an envelope with their name on it, and it's wax sealed. And what it says is you're innocent or you're guilty, that kind of thing. And then on the sides, like you fold on 8.5 by 11, you fold it along the long end. So you've got the look like about an inch on either side, and there's a writing space. And so I basically wrote in there foreshadows of the next couple one shots I'm going to do. So when you're
That's
talking about
cool.
hooks, I was like, oh, I got something I could talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
that way they're
perfect.
like, okay. And then as things, they go, oh, I get it. This was foreshadowing about this. Cool. And then each of them got a little something at the end, which kind of emphasizes those paths and everything that I've got set aside for their character. So,
That's excellent. Yeah, that's awesome. I would love
yeah.
to hear your examples and also like your process for what you do when you're coming up with um different plot hooks.
Well, one of them is a outcast drow. And so her thing is get eventually returning to the Underdark and finding out why she was outcast because she was just a kid at the time. Because we actually sat down for a little bit and said, okay, how old were your character was when she left the Underdark? And he says, well, she was like a kid. She's like not even, barely a teen, the kind of thing. And so it's kind of all rough memory, I think, because she's like 100 something now. So it's been a while. And
Mhm.
so what I came up with is that at the end of the murder mystery, she's given a coral ring, and the ring is a ring of water breathing. And the entrance to the Underdark that she's going to go through is underwater.
Mhm.
There's gonna be like a flooded cavern that she gets guided to, and then she emerges in a different spot, and then has to find her way back to the cave system that she remembered growing up in. So I wanted something different for instead of just like finding like a mine shaft or an abandoned temple or something like that and working her way down to the Underdark that way. I'm gonna do it with an underwater thing. Um,
Yeah, I can see
so
that being pretty good.
I'm
Yeah.
excited. I put a lot of time in.
Sorry, I do think that there is a big delay between us. So when I'm replying to you,
Yeah, I noticed.
it may sound like I'm accidentally interrupting, so I do apologize.
No problem.
I'm supposed to find someone named Rodri or Rodri. I don't know. Uh, oh, maybe they're over here. Let's see. Um, yeah, so would you like to do you have any
Every
particular
day will be a little
process
better.
when
Commander?
you are
Yes.
What is for
making plot hooks?
I
creating?
think
Or,
about her all the time. She was so
Uh,
beautiful.
like when you're trying to come
well,
up with different ideas
I've
for
been.
plot
Feared
hooks
my sister would find out
and
about
like,
us
you
and
know,
use it against
fold
her.
it into the
Stop
narrative.
her
Uh
from
huh.
becoming mayor. I'm no noble after all.
Uh huh.
So we'd meet in secret.
Well, my process basically is if it's a character background, we usually sit outside of game time and kind of get a night, like, say, okay, do you have a specific idea that you want to approach? And then that's where my friend and I, we sat down and talked about his character for a little bit. After the one shot, everybody was just kind of sitting back and having coffee and whatnot and everything. And I was like, how much of this have you got planned? You know, like, do you have like, I have to find my aunt, or I got to find a family member or clan member or whatever, because it's Drow society. I mean, it's all very structured and everything, you know. And he basically said, I leave that up to you. You're the storyteller and everything like that. You're the one who has all these great ideas, but I just have this, this, and this. And he hasn't even picked a background skill for his character yet, because he's gonna figure that out when he gets to the Underdark. He's expecting that at some point something will stand out, and he'll go, okay, that's where my background. That's the one I'll pick and everything like that, and go, which I'm cool with. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, stuff like that can happen at any point. And other characters, it's pretty much just inspiration. Just as they're role playing, I take little notes of like something they encountered or reacted to in a very specific way and everything, and then bringing it back later and saying, "Do you remember when this happened?" And they're like, "Oh, okay," and then just kind of feed that kind of thing. You know, just bring that back. So.
Yeah, I think being able to work with definitely if you're a game master and you're working with uh your players, I have had the most fun uh coming up with concepts with the game master that can be um, tied into different plot hooks. In fact, I've had things go both ways. I've had things where I'll come up with different ideas that could be potential, um, plot hooks for full storylines that never pan out. We did all this planning, never happened. No one ever found out it happened. Either because the game ended early or they just passed the opportunity. Um, And I've also had instances where the plot hook did pick up. Usually it's the more like inane plot hooks, because that's just how it goes with uh, a group that's having fun and is laid back. They tend to go for the sillier ones. And in I think in either case, the point is that like I've still had fun working with the game master coming up with these things, and as long as the game master is also having fun with it, I don't see it as it being a loss if we never end up using those plot hooks. And pro tip, you can recycle plot hooks that are never used. Just make sure that you've like if it's come up with a in a campaign or something, or you have players and um, they've already been exposed to the like general uh, circumstances of that plot hook, make sure that you try to change up some things so that maybe it'll be for a different area now, um, or maybe it'll involve different people, um, or it can involve it can also be like maybe since they missed that plot hook that would have led to a conspiracy. That conspiracy has now grown, gathered traction because they didn't stop it, and now it's a big competitive issue in the campaign that can't be ignored. That sort of thing. So there's always ways to cycle it. And we have somebody with. Oh, we have a Jester. Good to see you, Jester.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling okay-ish. I drank some milk, and it seems to be helping. How
Are
are you?
you are you able to hang out without there being too many issues? I don't want to aggravate your migraine.
I would not join if I wasn't able to.
Okay. Um, I do want to say that Tilt, I'm so sorry. I wish I knew why it's only my live stream that is so broken. Uh, for anyone else who has seen the stream on my end, I don't see any buffering or anything going on. Is anyone else having any issues with the live stream?
I was having no issues on my phone.
No issues on your phone. And Jedi, it looked good on your end?
I've got my laptop open, watching the side chat, and then I'm using my phone for the voice. So
Gotcha. Okay. Um, all right. Well, yeah, I'm not sure why, because I'm not seeing any issues on my end. And I have no idea why it would just single out my live stream compared to others. But yeah, I don't want to make Tilt's life frustrating just trying to view my live stream. This is supposed to be a chill, relaxing stream. After the beginning where I was talking about all the major concerns of uh, life. Uh,
Yeah.
hopefully now everybody can relax. But the big thing that I wanted to get into, so the next part of the game that I'm going to play is going to be a bunch of fighting, which I won't be able to do much while I'm fighting. So before I get into that, I did want to pull out some plot hook ideas. We already heard a bit from Left-Handed Jedi here, and I loved the multiple steps for it, and that it's not so it's not so obvious or cliche to begin with. And keep in mind that with these plot hook ideas, these are generalized, and there are different ways that you can introduce them. You can make it so there are just little hints or clues. You can make it so that literally someone just comes up to you and comes up to the party and tells them this is what's happening, and please give me your help. Whatever you think is good for that point in that campaign. Uh, there are some cases where the party is either too oblivious or not interested enough to do piecemeal clues. And in those cases, you may have to be a little bit more in your face about it. I know just our game master Wolfo in the last game, what we were gonna do. So he had an NPC in our party mention, and it was super vague, so we didn't know it was a big deal, that there are some problems going on to the west of here. And we're like, okay, well, we've got our major quest that sounds like a side quest. We don't know what kind of problems. You're not telling us any more information, so let's go try to get a little bit of information for the major quest, and then we'll go back to that area because we could teleport essentially back and forth um, to do the side quest. The idea being that if uh, we got caught up in some big trouble that involved, I don't know, dragons, that we should probably get some more information about dragons before we face dragons. Um, that didn't work out.
I think we had a dragon expert, but no. Apparently Vic doesn't know everything about dragons.
It's funny you should say that.
Well, speaking of dragons, I had an idea. One of my major locations or thing is a place called Dragon Hill Inn, and it
Uh-huh.
literally is the corpse of a dragon that was killed by a knight and it fell, and a hill grew up over it over centuries. And then
Oh,
the halflings nearby basically were like looking around and thing, and they basically hollowed it out. And the two main windows, the two round windows in the front, are its eyes. And then there's like the little its mouth or like the top jaw forms like a covered area and everything where you can walk. You're literally like walking down its throat, like through these double doors and everything that have been added into like the brain cavity or nasal and brain cavity, and that's the main area and everything of the inn.
that's very
I
cool.
like it.
Yeah, I love it. Always good to it's interesting that you say that
Yeah.
because I actually a part of my my world involves the idea of a giant dragon corpse uh being you know covered by uh you know dirt and foliage and all that stuff, essentially becoming a uh land version of have you heard of like those uh temporary ecosystems that spawn when like a whale dies and sinks to the bottom of the ocean? And um it essentially it creates a huge ecosystem that feeds off of that whale corpse um, for quite a while, but it's usually in like really uh like dark abyssal zone areas where um it's like feast or famine, kind of like the desert of the ocean, and having a whale corpse suddenly
Hmm.
appear spawns like a huge ecosystem temporarily. That's kind of what I was going for with this like giant dragon, but on land. Uh, there are obviously limitations because you can only get blah blah blah. Yeah, biology nonsense that I'm not going to go into, but um,
The other thing
go ahead.
the other thing I came up with was you've heard of dragon fruit. Well, what I
Yes.
did was if you're venturing around a dragon's lair, you might find this vine and everything with fruit on it, and the fruit will be the color of the dragon that's nearby. So if there's a red dragon nearby, the dragon fruit will be red, kind of giving a clue. But the dragon aura, depending on how old and ancient it is and how far you'll find the dragon fruit plants growing near the lair, or how the younger the dragon, the closer to the lair it'll be, and the older it is and stronger its aura, the more vines you'll find, and the further away from the lair you'll find them. So it's kind of like if you have like expert dragon hunters, they're like, oh, we're finding the fruit X amount of yards or feet or whatever away from the dragon's lair. And the thing is that they're collected, the Dragonborn can collect them, and then they'll sell them to inns, and inns will use them for liquor or for fruit, just for like for breakfast kind of thing, and that kind of thing. So they can make cordials that are made from dragon fruit. They'll distill it, ferment it, that kind of thing. So there's like actually a business tied to collecting and selling dragon fruit.
That's very cute and also renewable. So I like the idea. Um,
Yeah.
so speaking of clues, the first plot hook idea that I wanted to throw out to people, which was adapted from a 50 like more specific plot hooks that was given in a D&D Reddit post, which very much thank you. I will uh, post, I'll link to their stuff before the end of the stream. The first one is, I think, a more common plot hook, which is the idea of an emissary from another land arrives in the city, and suddenly high ranking government officials begin dropping dead. Of what is up to you. Um, that's more generalized. You can make it the emissary can be any specific person. It can be someone who's just a basic peasant to a high ranking official. Um, you can make it so that they're not necessarily a representative of the land they come from. The idea is uh, flexible enough that it's like stranger comes in from another land, people start dropping dead. Why? What are they dropping dead from? Um, is it directly linked to that person? Is that person the cause? Is that person, uh, and by person I do mean any kind of creature. It can be a humanoid to a dragon. It can be whatever. Um, is that person the um, direct cause of it? Is there a correlation? Uh, what what can you spawn from that plot hook that, and I would recommend, could subvert expectations in a way that requires your party to dig deeper? Uh, because as you know, um, especially D&D likes to promote murder hobo parties. And murder hobos would probably go straight to the stranger that has arrived and just try to murder them like the murder hobos they are. When you know, let's say
Mm-hmm.
the party ends up doing that or something, but the problem still remains. You know, high ranking officials are still dropping dead, and for whatever reason. Um, trying to make your party like the point is to get them invested in the narrative, uh, especially for these plot hooks. We want them to get curious, and we want them to try to learn more about the rest of that area. Get them uh, attached to various characters as well. I think the best games are the ones where you have um, the party get attached to different NPCs uh, that you know, even if it's like the little nothing NPCs that were made as like essentially a bot or a stand-in or something. You know, those I think those are the fun games. So
You're reminding me of a Brennan Lee Mulligan plot hook that he threw into a game. Um, he only told the little short story, but he had a jock in there. Like in his, some jock was playing for the lulz, and they were not taking anything seriously. But there was this little old lady in a random small village that he had taken a liking to for some reason. Just, you know, she's the cute, sweet old lady. And so Brennan had a point show up where he had the entire town razed to the like village razed to the ground,
oh
and
wow.
in the center of town the little old lady was hung, And
Oh.
for the rest of the game, like that person never missed another session and they were completely engaged.
There you go. That's how you do
Like,
it.
just pick the NPC
That's
that
how
they
you do
want
it.
and take it from them. That's how you get them to understand it's not just a game. It is so much more.
Mhm. Yeah, I think there are some really cool stories and concepts that you can explore if you can really get people engaged. And even even if you find that someone like a party is getting interested in a character because um, you know, they crack puns or uh, they are a little goofy or they have a funny accent or something like that. You can use that to spawn an entire like leg of intrigue, uh, where just as Jester said, they can be used to emphasize stakes that, it's not just it's just not just the fact that your character can die, but the people that the NPCs that you have gotten close to can also die. Even like the most innocent, innocuous ones can die. So that definitely can get involved. I'm going to ask a favor of my um, panel here today. Uh,
I didn't do it.
I would like,
It's
uh,
kind of like Game of Thrones, you know.
yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh, darn it. I thought it would stop doing this. Hold on, I'm having problems with the darn blue light filter. Uh, there we go. Jester, could you read out the next plot hook on the list for me that I put in the side chat?
Okay.
Try to get your combat multiplier.
What do we got?
It's gonna be at the top.
Is it the top one?
Yep, top.
Okay. When they arrive in a town or city, the party sees a wanted poster with their likenesses drawn on it. They're accused of various violent crimes. Truthful or not, there's a significant reward for their capture, dead or alive.
Excellent.
I would add throw, preferably dead.
There you go. And that is a great plot hook that instantly requires handling. Like your party can't ignore it. It's they gotta do it.
Yep.
Hmm.
So if you feel like your
Yep.
characters are being too lackadaisical and they're not really paying much attention or they're kind of coasting, this would be an excellent plot hook to throw at them, in my opinion.
This kind of happened to one of the
I
parties
like
I
the
was
idea.
in,
I
but
really do.
in reverse. We were more powerful than the DM expected, and so we kind of like killed the BBEG. About 5 minutes after meeting him, we chased him down and killed him.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, he was a city official, and so we had to run away into exile because we hadn't done anything to prove that he was the bad guy.
That's great. That's actually just what I was talking about. how you know, the person who comes in who is tied, like they come in and then bad things start happening to the town. Whether or not they actually are the cause of the issues, you haven't proven anything. All you've done is created a correlation. You have not established the causation.
Yeah.
So, in
I
that
might
regard,
also run your one to where the city officials, they've hired you to take care of the problem, but they're making it very clear you are not an investigator. We have determined that this is the cause of the issue. You are to go and take care of the problem. And then it's up to your party to determine, are we just going to do as we're told, or is something weird about the fact that they are adamant that this is the problem?
right. Double checking to make sure there's no lamp that I'm supposed to be getting from around here. I don't think so, but I do. Maybe they
What
just
are we
mean the
looking for?
candle. They might just mean my candle.
When I ran the murder mystery thing, there was a kind of a twist to the problem, like things going wrong and them being blamed for it. In this case, the invitation that they received and everything was sent to the wrong party, and so when they showed up and everything, and there was some confusion, but everybody at the celebration, everything assumed that they were who the invitation was sent to. And so there were some cross purposes there when they're having conversations, and they said, "Oh yeah, we did this, this, and this," and the mayor and other city officials and everything are just like, "What are you talking about?" Then the murder happens, and everything the room gets sealed and everything, and then mayhem ensues as they try to explain. Well, we received the invitation. We assumed that you knew who we were, and it just kind of went from there. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely.
Really
Being able
diabolical.
to like change what the party's expectations are. I think that's always a good plan. Let's see. Here we go. There might be an upcoming cinematic, in which case I will be very distracted. So let me see what happens here. Yep, cinematic.
Rodri, is that you? I've waited for you so long and Wait, you're not Rodri. I prayed that he would rescue me, but he never came. When the air ran out, I closed my eyes and imagined I was dying in his arms. Now I'll never see him again. And my sister has taken everything. People must know the truth about her. Take this letter. Show the world what really happened.
Okay. Excellent. So, next plot hook, as you can see, that was kind of a little plot hook in its own, where the first hook was a guy talking about how he would shine his lantern 3 times at a stable in this area, and his love would always appear, but he suspected that his his love interest was murdered, and have him say something like, "I wish I could go back there and relive those moments," or something like that, and figure out why he died. or figure out how she died, or find evidence. That would be a great plot hook to get someone interested, and then you get on something with a quest like this. The next one, the next plot hook would be an abandoned cave or tunnel or mine. Anything that's something that you have to
On?
delve into, some sort of delve, comes alive with ghostly sounds echoing through the middle of the night. So if it's a mine, it would be the ghostly sounds of uh, pickaxes and shovels. Um, if it's a tunnel, it could be depending on your setting. If it's a modern setting or relatively modern, it could be like the ghostly sounds of a train, but there haven't been tracks there in years. Or if it's like uh, an abandoned cave, you hear the ghostly sounds of wolves howling, but no one's ever caught wolves in this area. Things like that. That would be a good plot hook. Um, all this said, make sure that when
There's a
you are.
legend.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was going to say just a quick thing. There's a legend of undead miners or everything. They're called Tommyknockers, and you could use that as like they're exploring an old mine, and they suddenly hear tap 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 on the rock, but it's like below them or to the side of them or something like that, and they kind of lead them. The close, and then the sounds could lead them to a specific area, a specific encounter. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, very good. Um, and what I was going to say was this is all with the, uh, I think, probably more obvious note, but hey, maybe you're doing improv and you're not thinking about it at the time. Have an idea of what they're going to find at the end of the trail. Like, what are you hooking them on? Um, these, these can be the beginning of something, uh, or they could be the middle of something, but they are not the end. You've got to figure out what the end is going to be, one way or another. So, if you're thinking of different plot hooks, these are different ideas that you would definitely want to come up with before the session starts and have some ideas of what you want them to encounter. There's a lot of improv involved in game mastering, and being able to do improv is a huge part of it. But there's also some preparation involved. I think, what is it? It's like 75% preparation, 25% improv, something like that.
Depends on your party. Sometimes it's the opposite because your party absolutely refuses to follow any rubric for how they will act. Like the Star Wars campaign that I was in, where instead of sneaking away to safety, we somebody in our party was like, I think I can bluff Lord Vader.
That's great. I love that. That's so fun.
Also, they succeeded at that, so
So they were
Oh
onto
boy,
something. Real quick, hang on.
yes.
There is a scrolled parchment.
that's funny.
I'm gonna read out this parchment. This was on the skeletal corpse of the sister of Lady Grey, who
Can I read it? I like reading things.
sure. Can you see it on the screen?
Give me a second. I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. The fragment reads, "The air is running out, and I have hardly the strength to scratch the words on this letter. The lamp was extinguished hours ago, and my life cannot be long in following it. Now that I've resigned to my fate, however, I'm concerned solely with my duty as the eldest of the Grey children, rightful heir to the office of the Bowerstone mayoralty. I can only hope that these words that these words are one day found, and the truth they speak become known to all. I die at the hand of my sister Elvira. The new Lady Grey is a murderess. I grow weary now. Sleep is upon me, and the final scrawl is illegible.
Well done, Master Jester.
Hmm.
Oh, we've been discovered. Here we are.
So,
Uh-oh.
now you know the truth.
Hi, Elvira.
Amanda was a weak, romantic fool. She didn't have what it takes to run Bowerstone. She would have turned the whole place into an egalitarian slum.
Oh,
I guess I shouldn't
no.
start singing that song.
With such big words, we can still be together. You can still have.
You
Because there's a
know,
song with that name in it, so.
To be mayor. Think of the power. It can all be yours. Just hand it
she's a lovely version of an Elvira, not my favorite version of Elvira.
Yeah, not my
I-
favorite either.
I prefer our lovely lady of Halloween stuff because
Darkness.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Queen of
she
the
was a hoot.
Goths. Yeah, she still comes out and does stuff like that all the time. In fact, she did a voice acting excuse me thing for it was like a Scooby-Doo movie that was like a Halloween thing. So she seems to still enjoy her role in that. So for this run, I believe I ultimately am having to do a good run because I already did a lot of good things. So I'm gonna go ahead and not cover up the murder of Lady Grey. Of the original Lady Grey.
What? No one refuses Lady Grey. No one.
I think I covered it up in my good run back in the day, but
fine then. Tell
there wasn't in the original game the option to destroy it wasn't actually active.
Remember that. Hero.
What wasn't active?
The like so Fable released 3 times.
Yes.
And the second version, The Lost Chapters, was essentially the finished game.
Yes, I have that.
Yeah. In the original game, there is no version, no way to out Lady Grey. It's either it's either get with her and get the house, or don't, or uncover it, but you can't actually like reveal her. It's the quest is broken. There's no one to bring the evidence to.
Oh,
that
okay,
will
so it pretty
actually
much
do
just
anything with it.
ends with the confrontation in the basement, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It sucks to when I die.
Oh Oh no. Well, since you died, would you like to read the next plot hook?
Unless Jedi wants to.
Yeah, do you want to do that? You're welcome to.
Oh, I can't see anything. I can only see what you're playing right now. So
Oh, you can't see the
Fair
Discord side chat.
Okay.
No worries.
yeah,
I'll just finish
sorry.
these off, and then I'll.
That's fun.
Okay, here we go. The next one is so again, I kept these pretty general, so I'm providing different options. So children or parents are frantically running around town looking for their missing family members. They all point to the same last known location or person. So uh, you'll say let's say in a town, children are suddenly wandering the street, calling out for their parents, and when your party runs into them or a particular child starts begging uh, for the party's help, um, they all seem to point to the same last known location, which would be uh, one of some sort of difficult place, something that the local city watch or like authorities or whatever uh, either wouldn't think to go to or wouldn't want to put in the resources to go to because it's like too dangerous or there's no way to access it or something like that. So keep in mind that when you're coming up with these things and using these plot hooks, you do have to think of various locations that would be something that makes sense for the party. And also makes sense that uh, the local, city watch or authorities or whatever wouldn't, try to do on their own because otherwise they would just do it on their own. Like, why wouldn't they? So always keep that in mind. Okay, that apparently does also give me good things. So I wonder if well, one second. If I look at alignment, it's pretty far in the negative because I went on a killing spree. But the goal is to the goal is to get it far in the negative. Then, when I've got enough money for the basic amount, because apparently the more evil you are, the lower the fee is that you need to donate to the Temple of Avo to receive like the rewards and titles and everything. So let me type in the Temple of Avo to see what that amount is. Evil characters gain more good points than good characters who donate the same amount.
I don't know that your next plot hook is an issue. My characters definitely wouldn't ever investigate that.
Yes, the long-term protector or liege lord of a town stopped collecting their tribute 2 weeks ago without a word. Well, the way that you get your party interested is that now the town is having raiders come by that they were normally protected from, and they need somebody who will protect the town from maybe they're on the border of a consistent threat, and this protector that they were once paying tribute to was the one protecting them. The party can't be the one to stay there and protect them. It's going to be an ongoing threat. The party wants to move on. So the idea would be if they're interested in helping the people from, uh, being pillaged, um, they would say, "Can you please go investigate what's going on with?" Sorry, I just hit my mic. What's going on with this protector or liege lord that was originally preventing the pillaging? That sort of thing. They essentially you could give them two options. You can plant yourselves here and be our protectors, uh, for the for as long as you can, or you can go find out why we're not having our protector anymore, or you can go look for someone who will protect us, but you need to be quick before the town is burned to the ground. So, you know, you can have it go quite a few ways with that one, I think. Ugh, this damn.
I give you Magnificent 7.
Come on now, don't do this to me, please. Why do you keep doing this to me? I don't want harsh blue light. My eyes hate it. Okay, so the Temple of Avo, the title of Paladin plus Gift of Youth will reduce your age by 4 to 10 years. Your donation is very generous. I think it's 1601 minimum at neutral alignment and below. Can only be achieved once unless the hero save exploit is used. I don't know what that is. The Sentinus, a legendary great mace. The gods are very pleased. I need 32,000 minimum at neutral alignment and below. I don't have 32,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. I'm not far. I've got just under 21,000. I need to collect my rent in some properties. So, let's see. Let's try places where I have rent.
Do I have to collect here? One thing.
Oh, here we are.
Do I try to kite the bastard, or do I get the loot and escape?
Do you get more loot with trying to kite or whatever?
If I kill him, I get a super special item, but I think they're a level 40 and I'm a level 34. So I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I think he
Oh,
would kill.
I love that game. Which one is it? Which guy? I mean.
Origins? It's one of the Phylacteries. So it is the Galatian.
The Galatian. Oh,
Okay, when I run my arrow over them with maximum draw, it's showing nothing for damage, so we're going to
Good.
use the fact that he is fighting other people at the moment to go grab his chariot and...
You can always go back to him and kill him later, right?
Yeah. Eventually I'll kill him.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it and I'm going, even when you're at their level or above, the Phylacteries are boss fights. They're never designed to be pushovers.
Yeah. I'm trying to see, is there any, do I get like more rent if I improve the decoration of the house? Because that was the case for Fable 3, but I don't know if that's the case for the first game.
The only thing in it like that is having
Let's see, hold on. I'm looking at it.
you are fuck.
Rent appears once every day that a tenant occupies the residence with a maximum of only 3 bags of rent may appear for any time. Make sure you collect your rent every 3 days because you will earn no more until you do. The amount of rent you earn per property is 5% of the property's sell value, with the exception of stores. A house costing 2,000 gold provides a rental income of 500 gold.
And the only way to increase the value, other than the 3 marital homes that are like the marital homes that are available in the cities that you can upgrade, the only way to upgrade the sell value other than that. Oh wait, no, that only works in those marital homes too. 'Cause they have the like spot where you can stick a trophy, and that's it. That's all there is.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything that's talking about it, really. So I'm not going to improve the decoration of the house because it looks like it won't really mean anything unless it's the next place would be Bowerstone.
Raise them all to the ground.
Oh, nice! This wiki has all of the prices listed. And it looks like the cheapest shop is, let's see, might be Bowerstone South. Oh,
Someone
Snowspire Village.
Someone created my landlord's guide, but without a map.
Yes, without a map.
I don't know how you're going to buy all that property, though, when you can't directly kill anybody.
Yeah, Bowerstone South is the... Well, technically it's not the cheapest. It says Snowspire Village has the cheapest shop, but I haven't seen that yet. I guess I'm not that far enough in the game.
Yeah, that's towards the end. In fact, actually, I think Snowspire is the part that wasn't in the original version of it, because they hadn't completed that section before release date came.
Okay.
So was that a DLC at some point, or just they just added on later?
So Fable 1 released on the original Xbox before there was DLC. So The Lost Chapters was a completely new game. They released the game twice, once actually completed.
Nothing to do with me.
It's very unique in that manner.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like whenever they release
Yeah, they do.
before they did like DLCs, they used to do um like re-releases of games, like even that weren't total remasters, but had, more content. So it kind of like a DLC, but also a brand new
Mm,
game, before DLCs were a thing. But yeah, technically speaking,
right.
it's like a DLC of all the stuff that they got that they couldn't finish in time, but it also was included the rest of the game. And then also there was an anniversary remaster that just remastered everything and included all the DLC stuff.
And then there's
Okay.
Skyrim, which is released like every 5 years, and they don't fix anything. They just break more shit because, why make your game better when you can release it again but broken?
Assassin attacks.
Sounds like Skyrim.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he was saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
No worries.
Just hey.
Yeah, they've reissued Skyrim like 8 or 9 times now.
Mm-hmm. My favorite is the joke about releasing it on a refrigerator.
On a refrigerator.
Yes. Because
Well, I think the Switch
smart
2 is like the latest one. So
yeah, well, there's also people have figured out how to get it to run on tablets, and so because smart fridges technically have a tablet inside them, you can just run it that way.
Dude just asked me, "Oh, we're gonna have to find a new mayor too. Hey, you want to be one? You might be good at it." And it's like, "You want to become mayor of Bowerstone?"
Yeah, do you want to be the mayor of Bowerstone? You
oh,
just buy this house and you'll be the mayor of Bowerstone.
No, they just made me one as soon as I talked to the sheriff, and I said yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. I
I
mean,
wonder if that's a renown
in
thing. Like you got
fairness,
X amount of renown.
I don't know. It just happened. They're like, "You're pretty good. You want to be one?" And I guess now this is my house.
in fairness, you did uncover that the last mayor of Bowerstone was corrupt. That
Ooh,
does kind of help towards making you qualified.
pretty stones. What are these? No explanation yet. They're just there. They're glowing and they're there. Okay, what's next? What's next in the house? Lady Gray's
Oh,
bedroom? Why are they still
what,
naming
do
it
you have to
her
explain
bedroom?
every glowing rock? Um, because old games and not renaming things.
Oh, I got a silver key by clicking the bed. I gotta find more silver keys. That'll be the next guide I'm gonna look up because, like hell, I'm gonna go through trying to find them all on my own. I'm not like that hardcore about collectibles. There's nothing I can do to interact with the rocks.
No, they're just pretty rocks.
Just pretty rocks, just there to be pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we're getting pretty close to the end here because I'm probably going to wrap up in 20 minutes. So let's do the last plot hook, which is a horde of known warmongers camps outside the gates of a small town and offers peace. The leader of the town fears it's a trick, so the leader would rather send out capable adventurers either alone or with the town's emissary in case combat breaks out. So let's say you are the game master of a party that has no characters that have any sort of charisma at all. That's like tenable. That's when you might want to send them, like, have the town leader be like, okay, we'll send like an emissary with you, uh, but in case like shit gets out of hand, like you guys gotta be there to protect them, and then that's kind of like an escort quest if you wanted it to be. Or they could just fail the escort quest and everyone dies, but um, then they've also they can come back and say, well, we killed everyone, but your emissary also died, and you could have the town leader be like, I don't know what I expected.
Yeah. Or you could, have an emissary if your charisma person is the bard because, they're the bard and
Yes.
Got my eye on you.
Yes, that would be the case in which, if your party has someone who has charisma, uh, and can, do persuasive or deceptive things, stuff like that.
No. See, I'm pointing out that while the bard has all diplomatic things to them, often you have a horny bard and they are not the best choice for diplomatic situations.
No trespassing.
I guess that's true. Okay, is there something in the jail that I missed? Okay, let's see what else is on my quest thing. I don't want to do the main quest yet. Assassin attacks. And where is this thing wanting to take me if I go this way? It's wanting me to go north. Is it because... Oh, it's because the graveyard is that way. Alright. Okay, I don't want to do that yet. I want to take care of the assassin attacks. How do I do that? Oh, and I also need to... So the cheapest shop that I can easily get, because it allows weapons, is... without completing the game first, is in Oakvale. Hopefully, my spouse won't die if I do that, because my spouse is in Oakvale. I guess I could like tell them to follow me, and then, well, I don't know. I haven't tried it. Maybe I could tell them to follow me, take one of my rent houses, like in Bowerstone or something. Let's try that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's
Move
actually
your
let's give that a
spouse
shot.
to Power Stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna change the Bowerstone thing to my marital home, because I can't do anything. They said On the wiki they say, note, it is very difficult to evict someone in Bowerstone, but it is possible. It says, even though it is extremely hard to evict the residents of Bowerstone, it is possible. So what you can do is
Yeah.
you can lead them from the area and kill them outside of town, or have other enemies kill them. I have no idea how that would work. Like, who are you bringing in that would do that? But
Well, so the most efficient way that people came up with back in the day was to start fighting the guards and then get the guards between you and them. Or get them between you and the guards. But it is not easy.
yeah, that sounds like a pain. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I don't want to sell it, but I do want to live in it. Okay.
Although I never thought of the fact that you could just take them out of town, and now I feel dumb.
Well, it depends. Can you get them to follow you? Like, that's the question.
I mean, once you have high enough renown, you just kind of walk into a village and everybody starts having like full hearts and asking you to marry them. So, yes, you can get them to follow you. Once you have enough renown, it's way too easy. It's like, oh, you said hi to me. We're in love. We need to get married right now. Buy me a ring. I just met you 5 seconds ago. Get out of my house. But we're in love.
Okay.
Mm.
My physique is almost max, so I should be able to do the sword and the
And
stone at the next upgrade.
what I truly love about that mechanic is that it doesn't work that way by mistake. It's Fable. It's absolutely Fable having a sense of humor about how two-dimensional of a game it is.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Wait.
Especially, like, they play with that about how the whole, like, romance system works. I remember in Fable 3, like, they were pretty jokey about it. They were also jokey about like how easy it was to get people to like you. They made it a little bit more complicated because you needed to do like more interactions with them. Although you could get people to like you if you helped out the town a lot. Like, it was less, oh, we hear that you've done good things from afar, and more, okay, but have you helped out my town though? Like, because I don't give a shit what you did, 100 miles away. Um,
Yeah.
which I think
It
is,
also, you had to say hi to them at least a few times before they
yes.
would go fully in love with you.
All right, so it was Oakvale. So let's see when I go to Oakvale if I can move my husbando.
You cannot. Nope.
No,
You will
I
not
can't.
move.
I can't tell him to follow me
Um,
and then move him over.
I'm joking.
I'm watching.
I
Also,
can't tell.
I'm kind of sad that the chat just stopped, but I guess we have most of our chat in our chat, so that's cool.
Yeah, uh, we have
I
a
didn't.
low
I
viewer
don't think
count today.
he got that.
Not counting me, because I have my phone up to look at chat. There are 3 people currently watching the stream. So, I knew that it was going to be a very tough night. Oh, dude, you're asleep. Bruh, don't be asleep.
I knew it was going to be a tough night when I voted on the poll, and then I voted on the poll, and I realized that I was the only person who voted on the poll.
Yep.
And I'm both votes. I'm the one on Discord. You voted? You voted
I
in the
voted,
poll?
but I voted on the in YouTube. Yeah, I voted in YouTube when it
Okay.
showed up.
How many total votes did you get, Vic?
Discord and YouTube combined, 2.
Yeah. What? 2? 2.
You and Jedi.
Yeah, me and you.
But I voted on both, so you should be showing 3.
I mean, it's possible that there was a last vote that I didn't see. Let me look at YouTube real quick. 1 second. I'm looking at the community. It says there's only 1 vote on that YouTube poll. So it
Screw you, YouTube. Screw
yeah,
you.
I don't know what's up.
Oh well.
Maybe
What
it's
matters
it
is that unanimously we voted for the stream to go on.
that's um I knew when I so far we've had the poll going for an hour. The poll was if you had to write a plot hook, what would it be about? Liking, subscribing, silly geese, or visiting Patreon. I knew when I wrote silly geese that that would be the winning vote, but I figured at least you remembered. Please, if you've been with us this far, leave a like so that we can get more people interested. This is not going to be a popular stream. Usually, um, if it's not pushed out like within the first hour when it goes live, when the live ends, it's like nobody's gonna see it. So, you know, if you can leave a like and get more people interested, I was hoping that if we went over some, you know, role play tips, that it might bring some interest in, that we can bring some more people who are looking for tips and advice on how to get ready for role play and how to be, you know, a new game master. In fact, what would you guys say to a what's the word I'm looking for? To a wow, my brain just died. It just died. Okay. What would you say to a stream where we talk about
Follow. You're all right.
okay,
Why not?
I got you to follow. All right. So now do I gotta like walk you all the way there? So if I follow, okay. And then I'm gonna no.
I know that way back when fast traveling with them wasn't an option. I hope they fixed that.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Because
Let's see what
that was
happens.
bullshit.
Let's see what happens. I have him following, and then I did fast travel. Recall the Bowerstone. Did they come with me?
Because, like, that was the main issue with the Chapel of Scorn, was that you had to Yeah. See,
It
nobody's
no
there.
work.
Yeah, exactly. You would you would do this. This would happen. And you would have to take your companion to the Chapel of Scorn, keeping them alive.
That would suck. But that is why, because of the escort quest, that's why I got the little healing spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I can transfer health over to them if I'm not already missing a ton of health. Okay,
Follow.
I got you on follow now. Right? Are you following me?
Wait.
Fine.
Okay.
Follow.
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 All right. Why not?
It's not giving me the option to rent out the Oakvale marital home, but we'll just. So the it should just take me
Well, you have to
straight
get
to.
them over. You have to rehouse your spouse first.
Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see how it
Yeah,
goes. Oh wait, I can go this way.
it won't allow you to remove the marital home from being the assigned one until you have brought them to the new home and assigned it.
This is gonna be a lot of very extraneous walking and running. So, let's see. Did my spouse follow me out? You know, I don't see them. I don't think they even followed me out of Oakvale, and I made sure they were right behind me.
Your spouse is fired.
You-
That's what I think. I think that your spouse doesn't trust you and that you deserve somebody who trusts you.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, I've got them following me. All right, let's go over here. I'm gonna wait before I go through the thing. Okay, they're right here. Are you gonna follow me out to Barrow Fields? Are you here?
Survey
I
says.
Nope, they won't
Nope.
follow me.
Nope.
Well,
What's the fucking problem?
you know, I didn't like you anyway. So if you die, you die. When I try and get the shop. The thing is that the shop costs pretty much as the minimum donation. Let's see, where is it?
I mean, with getting the
Bowerstone,
shop,
or no, would be Oakvale, 36,000. Actually, it might be even more. 36,000. Let's try and find that Temple of Avo wiki again. Okay. The minimum donation, 32,000, so it's not worth it. The shop costs 4,000 more. So I just need to be focused on the houses and not worry about the shop.
that sounds about right. Which sucks because the shops are a lot easier because you know who the shopkeeper is.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at my monthly. The cheapest is 13.5k Oakvale. We got a lot of cheap houses. Okay. Alright, we're in Oakvale.
I'm happy.
Let's do some killing, because we're already pretty evil right now. Let's look at my stats. Yeah, I'm like
No,
negative
I
66.
don't think I don't think I need to take this fort on. The you guys are fine. Go about your business. Yep, just go about your business. Mr. Guy who's level says Skull.
He's all right, that new husband of hers. Whoops.
I believe the next game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you can make it so that it scales with you.
You've come to the right place.
I think I do have those settings, but Origins is the very last one where I feel any engagement anymore. Like, I feel like they broke something fundamental when they killed Desmond. It wasn't specifically killing Desmond, but
It definitely had a profound effect. It made it hard for me to follow, I'll say that.
Yeah, I like games where there's like a narrative through line and an ending. Like it takes away from it when there's no here's how things end for the heroes and for like the task is done. Like you can set it up to some degree to where there's some change that happens down the line that undoes that, but Assassin's Creed is just like, well, we did a thing and it didn't accomplish anything. And we did a thing and in the long run, it didn't matter.
I mean, that's always going to be the issue when you have a long-running, franchise. I mean, you kind of mess with it when you try and be like, yes, we sacrificed everything to keep the world from ending, and then the world's in danger again. And it's like, you can only raise the stakes so much and then bring it back, All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill the shopkeeper. I'm sorry. I want your house.
Put that weapon away.
Right.
That's what I liked about KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. Their alignment thing with the Force, that was really cool.
Do you have Okay, you killed him. Cool.
Yep.
Aggravated assault.
Yep.
Not death, just aggravated assault.
There's the building. It's available for buying. Ugh.
Yep. This is the other annoying part when you're doing this, is that as you're killing your little villagers and stuff, it'll pause every time a building comes up for availability to rent.
I dislike that the only way to evict a tenant is to kill them. That's my problem.
I do too, but
At least they fixed that in Fable 3.
They fixed it in Fable 2, but for running your economy, Fable 3 is way the best because, like, you just go to the screen and you can buy things and upgrade the houses right there.
Yep.
Instead of having to go to, like, in Fable 2, you want to upgrade the furniture? Cool. You're going to have to go to the store, buy the furniture that you want to upgrade it with, go to the house, and place the furniture. Piece by piece by piece. It's not worth it.
That is a lot. Okay.
Especially since
I'm gonna
the shop's limited supply on furniture.
And that's in Fable 2, you said? Or
Yep, Fable 2.
yeah, Fable 3 they were better about the furniture. It was very similar to Fable 1's, like, do you want to upgrade the furniture thing? No, don't want to do that. I do want to rent it out. There we go.
Oh no! I have to run away. I will still be listening, but I gotta go run away.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Speaking of running away, we are going to go ahead and start closing up. Thank goodness that we learned that our husband that we found was not trusting enough to follow us to a new town. So, you know, that husband is now dead to us. Well, they're not the husband actually lives. So,
Yeah.
what we'll do is we're gonna save.
It's too bad they don't have like a cheating mechanic.
There is a thing that looks like you can get divorced. Let me see. It's romance.
Just accuse them of cheating and say, "Get out of my house."
Yeah. It gives you your sexuality based on who you've married, which I've married a husband. I have one spouse. People that have fallen in love with you, 52. That's what Jester was talking about, how when you walk into a town with a certain amount of renown, everybody just loves you. Total number of weddings, 1. Which a wedding is just giving someone a ring and then being like, yo, you want to get married? 0 divorces, number of times widowed, and number of times had sex. I don't know how to do the sex thing, so I guess I never had the birds and the bees talk for this game. I don't know how the birds and the bees work in this game. We'll save that for another time, I guess. Or never. Probably never. So, let's do this real quick. I want to see if I can get a good little screenshot. I'm going to do no hat. And if I can get like a good lighting. Something like this, because I think I have an idea for what I want to do with the thumbnail. I think I want to do something like that meme of the guy who's like, if he dies, he dies. And make that the thumbnail. But in any case, all that said, let's go ahead and wrap it all up. So, I want to thank everybody who has joined me so far, which I believe is everybody who was on the panel, including Jester, who just left. So thank you, Jester and Jedi, and I appreciate you trying, Tilt. All of you are wonderful, and I appreciate the support that you give me. Even when we do just these tiny little, tangent-filled streams where we just run around, we play games, and we talk about role play things and also commiserate over the world burning, and then also try to forget it with more games and role play. So that's always nice to have people to commiserate with. So thank you so much. This is a great time for winding down, and I always enjoy being able to talk with you guys. Um, oh, I never got to do the question of the
I had a
day because I got
blast. Thanks
distracted.
for having me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Jedi. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry about the big delay between us. I'm not sure why it's just with you we've got such a big delay, but I do love having you.
It could be my Wi-Fi. It could be my Wi-Fi. I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, but it's
But
lovely to
again,
have
thanks
you.
for having me. I had a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for sharing your experience with plot hooks and how you've written them usually, or how you have implemented them. That gave a very specific example to contrast with the kind of more generalized ones that can help people get started, but maybe they're new to having to actually put them into a role play campaign. Um, and these generalized plot hooks in general, are uh, necessary for writing of all kinds. And that includes writing short stories, uh, books, anything that has a narrative. So this expands beyond roleplay, although obviously I have the most fun with roleplay. Um, but you could also use these plot hooks
Uh-huh.
just for generalized writing and try out a short story with one of the plot hooks. See what happens when you try one of your favorites. Oh, and
Oh,
before I forget,
absolutely.
let's do here are the 50 more. These are more specific plot hooks that um, I took 6 of them and made them more generalized, but you can get all 50 specific hooks uh, via the link that I posted in the side chat. I will also be sure to put it in the description. So let's do.
I will.
Uh, yes,
I got it saved. So
excellent. I hope it can help you out with some ideas. They have a lot of some like I just picked out a few and made them less specific, but they've got a lot of good ones, and you can really spice it up with what they've got. I mean, they just started with one thing, so it was. Let me move this over and go with control options. I'll do that. And that way I can turn this off, and we'll go back to the outro. So yeah, that's your um, plot hooks if you want more. I keep forgetting to do this at the beginning of the show. I always get distracted. Uh, our question of the day, I think there are 2 questions, was what are some favorite plot hooks that you've seen? And if you wrote a plot hook, what would it be? Um, I believe I also put the questions of the day in the description. Yep, I did. So if you have some favorite plot hooks that you've seen and uh, you wanted to write a plot hook, um, please share that in the comments. I'd love to hear your responses on that. Very similar to what Jedi gave us today. Uh, So I want to, maybe if you give your plot hooks that you enjoyed or that you would write, if you leave them in the comments, others can see them and use them in their role play. I think it would be really great to be able to support other people in the role play community. Um, and if you enjoyed this, please consider consensually side hugging the like button. It's a free way to leave a tip. You can subscribe to be notified of the next time I go live, which is usually Mondays at 7:30 p.m. But you know, there may be cases where you should one, subscribe to know and be notified in case I need to go earlier or later or reschedule. And we were, you know, I was considering rescheduling this one because there are so many good live streams going on in the community, in the secular humanism community specifically. I guess it would be skeptic community. Um, and I knew that it would be a competitive night tonight. So, you know, sometimes I may have to reschedule either because I know it's going to be a full night or because, uh, you know, something happens in my schedule and I gotta, you know, change it. So, subscribe so you can get the notifications and please check back in the community tab. Also, if you can, take a look at the Patreon link that I put in the description. That'll take you to my Patreon page, and there is a free post that is a poll. And you can let me know. You can choose several options depending on which you like. And you can tell me in that poll which options you think would be worth putting together in a tier, in like a membership tier. And obviously, I want to start as like cheap as possible, uh, because you know, this would just be in the beginning using things to either get more games that you want to see or like up the audio or visual quality, anything that would make the stream more enjoyable. And I'm also open to more uh, like upgrades that you would like to see in the stream or games that you would like to see in the stream. So please feel free to comment that below. You can keep the roleplay discussion and fun going on the Ready to Roleplay server. Please join our growing role-playing community server via the link in the description. And if you have any recommendations for something that is like Discord that um, isn't asking for like Face ID, uh, but also does well when you're playing games or multiple programs. You know, that would be, I think, probably something I would have to look into. Because I could see this driving a lot of people away from wanting to use Discord, just from the safety implications and the the security. I mean, like self-security situations, and also the people who want to keep their face private. So the biggest problem is trying to find something that has the same like capabilities of Discord while also being like a low resource background program that I can use like to do calls and things like that in the background while I'm doing games and streaming. Um, I haven't seen a lot of good alternatives so far. Not since Discord took a huge chunk of the market. So um, I'm open. If you got anything, you know, leave a comment. Um, Particularly today, uh, I gave out a lot of opinions. These opinions are not shared by the Creator Accountability Network, and for anyone else's, any other guests' opinions, they're also their own and not shared by myself, the channel, or the Creator Accountability Network. All claims need to be independently verified and fact-checked. And I want to give my thanks again to the Creator Accountability Network. You can follow their link in the description to see how you can be a part of making the creator space more ethical. And Jedi, is there anywhere you want to direct viewers before we end the night?
Just the general atheist community with like Better Than Ember and Mark Reed. Those are like two channels that I tend to spend a lot of time with, as well as Maya Atkinson has her Bad Science Sunday, which is also definitely worth watching if you have the chance.
Yes. Bad Science Sunday. I love getting to
Bad
check
Science
out
Sunday.
what they do. Mhm. Very,
Yeah,
very good
yeah,
stream on
she's
Sundays.
fun. Mhm, absolutely.
Um, Speaking of live streams to check out, as predicted, Forrest and
Mhm.
Erica are still going on the line with Skep Talk. If you're watching this and they're still live, please uh, go raid them. Tell them that Little Bit Vic sent you and that she sends her love. And for everyone who made it this far, um, thank you so much for joining our chill open discussions. I hope it provided a chance for you to kick back and listen until you were ready to sleep. Uh, all circumstances being the same, we will hopefully see you next Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central. And if not, remember, please subscribe and take a look at the YouTube channel's community tab because you will see uh, whenever I am posting something's been rescheduled, and you can also vote on different choices for like usually I'll have like maybe 2 different days that I can reschedule. So please feel free to vote. We see that. But um whenever we next see you, hopefully Monday at night at 7:30 p.m. Central, we can resume then our game while we can. I hope you have a good night, everybody.
Good night.